Hello, fifth graders. This is Eureka Math. We are in Module 1. This is a lesson 15, and our objective today is to divide decimals using place value understanding, including remainders in the smallest unit. So this is a continuation of lesson 14, where we're using the place value chart to help us with the standard algorithm for division. Okay? So if you need a reminder, the place value chart looks like this. Right? And if we have a number like 246, and we're going to divide that number by 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to create 2 more. And 2 divided by 2 is 1. Okay? 4 divided by 2 is 2. And 6 divided by 2 is 3. All right. And then our answer here is 1, 1. Let's see. Here we go. 2 tenths and 3 hundredths. Okay, that's what we did in lesson 14. And if you need a reminder, go back and watch the lesson 14 video again, okay? So we're going to use this, but now we're going to have remainders. So if this were a 5, we'd have 1 left over and we'd have to carry it into the next one. So we're just going to practice that right away. Let's go to lesson 15 problem set. Put your name on your paper. Number 1, draw place value discs on the place chart to solve. Show each step in the standard algorithm. So we're going to use this is our place value chart and this is our standard algorithm. So we have 0 ones and 5 tenths. Oh, I'm sorry. 0 ones and 5 tenths. So I'm going to put 5 little discs here. 2, 3, 4, 5. It says draw place value discs on the place value chart to solve. Show each step in the standard algorithm. And I'm dividing by 2. Okay. So, does 2 go into 0? No, 0. So if I come down here and I'm going to make 2 separate, right? This should equal 2, 1, 2. So I have 0 and 0. But now if I divide 2 into 5, or 5 divided by 2, that 2 is going to go in there twice. So 1, 2, 1, 2. And I have 1 left over, this one. Okay. So 2 times 2 is 4. And I have 1 left over. That's my 1 left over. 1 tenth left over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a 0. Okay? I'm going to add a 0 here. Just add a 0. And I'm going to bring the 0 down. And now I have, and I'm going to move these over here, 1 tenth, right? 1 tenth equals 10 hundredths. You know that. We've been working with this place value chart long enough that you know that this 1 equals 10 hundredths. So I can add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hundredths. Okay? Now, 10 hundredths, 2 into 10 is 5. So I'm going to take 5, and I'm going to put them here, and these 5, I'm going to put them there. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 goes into 10 5 times. 5 times 2 is 10 with 0 left over. Okay? So what's my answer now? Because I had to go into the hundredths, I have in here, right, this is my answer, I have 0 ones, 2 tenths, and 5 hundredths. Okay? Which equals 25 hundredths. Okay, so there's my answer. I hope that was all right for you. If you want to practice this without the decimals, right? 50 divided by 2 equals 25, right? And we just add the decimals. Figure that out. Okay, next one. 5 ones and 7 tenths. So I'm going to draw those in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 tenths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 5 ones and 7 tenths, and I'm dividing by 4. Okay, so 4 goes into these ones. I need to make 4 here, don't I? So I'm going to make 4 rows. And this one's going here. This one is going here. This one is going here. And this one is going here. But I can't split that evenly, so I have 1 left over. So 4 goes into 5 one time. See that 1? And that means I have 1 left over. I'm going to move that 1 over here. But if I move it into the next column, into the tenths, that means it has to become 10. So now I have 17 tenths, right? You see that? 17 tenths. So 17 divided by 2 would be, let's see, 8 with 1 left over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry, 17 divided by 4 would be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have 1 left over, so I'm going to move it into the hundreds place. So now, if I move that into the hundreds place, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 goes into 10 2 times, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and I have 2 left over. So these 2 are going to go into the thousands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 over into the thousands, right? Yes. Okay, so I added another 0. You can add as many zeros as you need. So 4 goes into 20 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With no leftovers. And now I'm done. Whew. So I've got, in this last column, I've got 1 1, 4 tenths, 2 hundredths, and 5 thousandths. So my answer is 1 and 425 thousandths. Okay, so here's my standard algorithm, and here's using my place value chart. So now I'm just going to use the standard algorithm, okay? So, and I might need to add some zeros. How many times does 2 go into 0? 0 times. 0 times 2 is 0. So I'm going to bring down the tenths. 2 into 9 tenths goes 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. That means I have 1 tenth left over. So I'm going to add a 0. And now I have 10 hundredths. And 2 into 10 hundredths goes 5 times. 5 times 2 is 10. And now I have 0 left over. So my answer is 45 hundredths. Next one. 9 ones and 1/10 divided by 5. Okay. 5 goes into 9 ones one time. 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract, and I have 4 left over. So I'm going to move them into the tenths column. Bring down that 1. Now I have 41 tenths. 5 into 41 goes 7 times. 7 times 5 is 35. And I have 6 left over. Okay? So I'm going to add a 0 so I can turn that 6. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I did that wrong. Hope you caught it. 5 goes into 41 8 times. 8 times 5 is 40. There we go. That's better. With 1 left over. Bring down the 0. Now I have 10 hundredths. 5 into 10 hundredths goes 2 times. 2 times 5 is 10. And with 0 left over. So I have 1 1 and 82 hundredths is my answer. Next, 9 divided by 6. Awesome. 9 divided by 6. Okay, 6 goes into 9 one time. 1 times 6 is 6. 9 minus 6 is 3. So I have 3 ones. Well, 6 doesn't go into 3 ones. So I'm going to add a tenth. I'm going to bring that down. Now I have 30 tenths. 6 goes into 30 tenths. How many times? I'm going to make this a little bit cleaner here. Goes in there 5 times. 5 times 6 is 30. Okay, subtract and 0. So I have 1 and 5 tenths. Cool. Next one. $98 hundredths, and I'm going to leave the 0 off this time, divided by 4. Okay, I am just going to put that decimal point right there though. 4 goes into 9 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. 9 minus 8 is 1. So I have 1/10. That's not going to be enough, so I'm going to bring down the 8. Now I have 18 hundredths. Okay. 4 into 18 goes 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. So now I have 2 left over. So I'm going to bring down the thousandths place. Okay. 4 into 20 thousandths is 5. 5 times 4 is 20. 0 left over. So my answer is 245 thousandths. And if you want to add the 0, I don't mind. That's fine. Okay, 9 and 3/10 divided by 6. Okay, 6 goes into 9 one time. 1 times 6 is 6, so I have 3 left over. I have 3 ones. So I'm going to turn those into 33/10. 6 goes into 33 5 times. 5 times 6 is 30. So 33/10 minus 30/10 is 3/10. So I'm going to bring down the hundredths, right? So 6 into 30 hundredths is 5 times, okay, with 0 left over. It's really important to keep your columns in straight lines. Very important. Always line everything up nice and straight so you can see what column you're in. This is like a little mini place value chart, okay? So 91 divided by 4. So 4 goes into 9/10 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8, so now I have 1/10 left over. So I'm going to bring that down, and now I have 11 ones. 4 goes into 11 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. And now I have 3 ones. Well, so I'm going to have to add a decimal and a 0. Be careful. Add the decimal and the 0. Bring down the tenths. Okay, 4 goes into 30. Let's see, 7 times. 7 times 4 is 28. Now I have 2 tenths left over. I'm going to bring down another 0. Now I have 20 hundredths. 4 goes into 20 hundredths 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20. 0 left over. Okay, so my answer is 22 and 75 hundredths. How are we doing with this standard algorithm? Yes, no, I hope you're getting it. Okay, number 3, 6 bakers shared 7.5 kilograms of flour equally. How much flour did they each receive? So 7.5 kilograms divided by 6 bakers equals how many kilograms? I'm going to write this like this. This is our equation so that you can see that our answer needs to have kilograms in it. So I'm going to use this space over here. So I have 7.5, 7.5, or 7 5/10 divided by 6 bakers. I'm going to erase this a little bit. Okay, so 6 goes into 7 one time. 1 times 6 is 6. Then I have 1 left over, so I'm going to turn that into 15 tenths. So 6 goes into 15 tenths 2 times. 2 times 6 is 12. Okay. So 15 tenths minus 12 tenths, and I can just take this out. Right? 15 tenths divided by 12 tenths, or minus 12 tenths is 3 tenths. So I'm going to add a 0, and now I have 30 hundredths, sorry. 6 into 30 hundredths goes 5 times. 6 times 5 is 30 with 0 left over. Okay, so each person gets 1.25 kilograms, right? 25 is a quarter, so 1.25 kilograms, or 1/25 hundredths of a kilogram. Okay. Mrs. Henderson makes punch. Punch is like a fruit drink by mixing 1 9/10 of a liter of apple juice, 6/10 of a liter of orange juice, and 8 liters of ginger ale. I like ginger ale. Do you ever get it on airplanes? You can't get it. Oh no, I saw it at the grocery store one day. She pours the mix equally into 6 large punch bowls. How much punch is in each bowl? Okay, so this is a 2-step problem, okay? So first of all, we have to add all of these ingredients together. So remember when you add that your decimals have to line up. Okay, and there's no decimal there, so I'm going to add the decimal. Okay, so I've got my 10 9/10 liters of apple juice, my 6/10 liters of orange juice, and my 8 liters of ginger ale. And they're all liters, so I know that my label is going to be liters, so let me just add this. 9 plus 6 is 15. Carry the 1. 1 plus 0 is 1, plus 0 is 1, plus 8 is 9. And then bring that 1 down. 19.5 liters, okay? Now, she pours the mixture equally into 6 large bowls. So we've got 19.5 liters here. And she's going to pour it equally. 4, 5, 6 into 6 bowls. Okay, so this is a division problem. Now we have 19.5 liters divided by 6 equals how many liters? Okay. How much punch is in each bowl? That's what we want to find out. So 19.5 divided by 6. Let's see where I've got some space left over here. I just have to create some space here. $19 5/10 divided by 6. 6 goes into 19 3 times. 3 times 6 is 18. I have 1 left over. There's my 1, and I'm going to turn that into 15 tenths. 6 goes into 15 tenths. 2 times. 2 times 6 is 12. So now I have 3/10 left over. So I'm going to add a 0 and turn that into 30 hundredths. 6 into 30 goes 5 times. 5 times 6 is 30. 0 left over. So my final answer is 3 25 hundredths of a liter in each punch bowl. So let's answer the question. How much punch is in each bowl? There are 3 25 hundredths of a liters of punch in each bowl. Okay. 2-step problem. Read carefully. Some of you never read carefully. I'm sure every teacher on the planet repeats over and over and over again. Read carefully. Okay? Good. If you have any questions about that, please let me know in class. Have a great day.